Hi guys, good morning. Happy Friday. TGIF for whatever that's going to mean or hold in store for you today. I know I look a hot mess. No apologies. It's kind of early in the morning. I've been up since 4. I don't understand this keto insomnia. It's not really insomnia. It's just like this ability to wake up on my own, sometimes a couple times a night, well before my alarm. So I'm drinking my coffee in my mug from Bas Bleu, one of my favorite catalogs. It says, never underestimate a well-read woman. Whoops, that says Bas Bleu. Let me show you. Oh, my voice is croaky, even with no cigarettes anymore. Never underestimate a well-read woman. Which, of course, is the mirror image. It's backwards. What am I talking about? So, yeah, I like checking in with you guys in the morning. It's like quiet and sleepy, and the birds are starting to sing outside, and it's not completely hot out yet, but later it's going to be like 97 or 98, and I'm going to be in the city after all. I keep flip-flopping on it, but I'm visiting a friend. And no, it's not a romantic liaison. It's just visiting a friend. And he had Expedia points, so he's paying for, well, he's using his points for me to stay in a midtown hotel, and that's always kind of nice to be in a air-conditioned hotel with a big comfy bed and hopefully a tub, because anytime I can take a bath, I take a bath. In my little cottage here at home, I just have a very small shower stall. My shower stall is so small that it's actually a really good argument for losing weight, because if you were like really obese, you couldn't even rent this apartment, this cottage, because that's how small it is. It's like bathing in something the size of like a big refrigerator. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing today. Probably from Grand Central, I'll take a cab if I can find one, or an Uber or a Lyft. I don't really fancy taking a subway when there's a heat wave, because I have this fear of a car stopping or stalling in the tunnel or breaking down, which has happened to me before. And there wasn't even the option to get out. The doors wouldn't even open because it was nowhere near a platform. And it was a panic because it was fucking hot in there. And I always really worry about like babies and old people and sick people, and um, that's not fun. I don't really like subways anyway, not because I'm an elitist, but I just don't like them. If I have the money to take a cab, I will. When I can walk, I will, but I'm not walking today. Um, so yeah, I'll take a cab probably, or if Uber or Lyft if my apps work. I'm not hungry for breakfast. One cool thing about low carb is that it makes intermittent fasting very easy. I did snack a tiny bit again at work last night because I feel like, I'm well within my macros, and it doesn't seem to be hurting me. As long as I have control. Sometimes it's easier to not have anything at all than to just have 1 or 2 bites because, excuse me, I'm sorry. Coffee on an empty stomach. Yeah, it's not unlike drinking with me. Food addiction's not unlike any type of addiction as far as synapses in the brain and all that jazz. So just like I could never have just 1 or 2 drinks without wanting more, I often don't want one little square of chocolate or 2 little Oreo thins, or like 5 pretzels. But I am learning to count things out, weigh them, look at portion sizes, which is very telling. When you start really reading labels and realizing what a portion size is, and you actually weigh and measure things, it's amazing how much you overeat. And I remember going to nutritionists in the past and them always saying, you have to write down everything. Write down every sip, every bite, every, I was going to say certs. Boy, that really ages me. Not gum, but like every hard candy, Lifesavers. Write down everything and you'll see how those calories add up. And especially carbs. For shits and giggles the other day, I looked at a package of bagels at work, and I was like, I wonder how many carbs are in a bagel. Not that I was going to eat it, but I just wanted to know, because normally I'd easily eat a huge bagel smeared with cream cheese, and a coffee with like 1/4 cup of flavored creamer in it. And now I just use 2 tablespoons of heavy or light cream. You can use half and half too, but anyway, a bagel has like 53 grams of carbs. So if you're doing low carb, you can have like a bagel, but then don't eat any more carbs the rest of the day. Or, more to the point, you should have a half a bagel because it's one of the most fattening things you can eat. I read that somewhere. I read that a bagel is like one of the worst things you can eat, and a donut is a horrible thing to eat because it's fat and grease and it just stays in your system. And um, being off pasta and rice and bread, I feel so much less bloated. I feel so much less internally like clogged up. And I don't mean that in a disgusting sense, but you can read into it all you like. It's like a lighter feeling. Even though my body's still achy and stuff from other issues I have, I feel like I'm just kind of walking more lightly and like my feet don't hurt and I don't know, it's hard to explain. I have no foot swelling today, um, which is nice. I love when I wake up and I can see my foot bones. What are they called? Phalanges or something? Or maybe that's hand bones. Um, yeah, so maybe tonight one eye is bigger than the other one. That's really fucked up. Somebody asked me one time if I had a stroke. I'm like, no, I don't think so. I'm just getting fucking old and I have a crooked face. That's bizarre. Can you notice that? If you can, please don't mention it. The fuck was I saying? Oh, tonight I'm going to bring all my poems and a notebook and like really get down and dirty with editing what I want to edit, formatting it in the proper grammar and punctuation. Although the book, The Best Effing Poets You've Never Heard of, formats it in the way they want to because some poems don't need to be written line for line. They can be scattered kind of E.E. Cummings style. And I like that. I love not only playing with words, but the placement of them. And sometimes when something should be a single line or run on into like, kind of roll into another paragraph. I left that book with Michael. I showed it to him, because I wanted to show him the publishing company and what I was involved with. And he actually wanted me to leave it with him so he could read it. And of course, he says I'm probably better than them. I said, oh, get the fuck out of here. You're paid to say that. And he goes, don't even joke about that. He goes, I don't bullshit anybody. He goes, and I've got clients that I call on their bullshit all the time. He's very soft and gentle with me so far. I suppose if I ever did try to bullshit him or lie to him, he'd call me on it. Because he's just a very real person. He's a Sagittarius, and they're known for being blunt. And, yeah. I'm still digesting that session yesterday because there was a lot. There was a lot said. There was a lot he said. There was a lot I had to digest. And he showed me the pile of notes he keeps on me. Handwritten notes, And I'm like, oh my God, that's scary. He says, I like to keep all the notes. And then, as I see your progress and see you continuing to blossom, he goes, someday I'm going to look back on it and realize how far you've come. And I said, well, I couldn't do any of it without your help. And then I start getting emotional, and then it's like time to go. But anyway, I said, well, what about your computer input? And he's like, oh, fuck that. He goes, they just want me to say that you're not suicidal or going to harm anybody or whatever. I said, okay, no, I'm not that. My lifestyle can sometimes be very self-sabotaging, but my darkness doesn't really get that dark unless I'm drinking. When I'm drinking, I sometimes just want to pass out and not wake up. It's not a conscious suicidal thing, but it's just like when you do wake up or come to after binging for 3 or 4 days, it's not a fun or pretty thing. It's easier to just stay asleep. Hopefully those days are behind me forever because I'm feeling really good and really strong lately. Still not smoking, and I'm not weighing in every day. I'm just waiting for Wednesday. So anyway, I got to figure out what to wear today, what to pack. I suck at packing. Classically, that's like one of my traits. I don't know what it is about me. Maybe I'm just used to never really going anywhere or having vacations or needing to pack for more than a day or two, but I just don't know how to pack. I literally always leave 2 or 3 or 4 things behind that I really need. So I try to work backwards and say, like, what are the absolute essentials? Phone, charger, glasses, contacts, toothbrush and toothpaste, and don't really need a blow dryer because I usually have one there, but, and then night clothes and like a change of clothes, but sometimes when I'm in the city, I try to dress to impress, and then I wind up really regretting it because I get easily hot and sweaty and my feet hurt a lot. So I'll just stay the hell in sneakers and shorts and a t-shirt. Call it a day. That's it. This is a tremendous ramble. Not really saying anything. Really happy about my collarbones coming out. I don't know if you noticed in some of my earlier videos that all of this area was just like padded with fat. Still working on the double chin. I know I sound impossibly vain right now, but we're all insecure, right? And when you get to a certain age, you either say fuck it and you don't care, or you care extra and you're really fighting the aging process. But the lady in HR the other day said to me, she's like, we were talking about age and grandkids and stuff, and she said, oh my, you must have had your kids really young. And I said, no, 21, 22 and 31. She goes, you look way younger than your age, because we're the same age. And she goes, I would have put you at like 42. And I'm like, oh my God, I love you. That's awesome. I think my CoQ10 is working and my fish oil and all that. And keto. Keto helps the skin and hair and nails. All the fat, you know. So, yeah, but I noticed last night, like when my camera angle was down here, like this bullshit shows up. But when I go like this, I'm suddenly 30 pounds thinner. So yeah, but it's all still in my stomach, which has its own zip code. Whoops. All right, I'm really enjoying this morning off, hanging with the kitties, and just I'm going to clean up my kitchen a little, listen to some music, do some more clothing organizing, and then pack and be out of here by probably noon or 1. Check-in time's at 3. I'll probably grab a bite to eat with him and check back with you guys later, okay? I'll film from the hotel. Little mini hotel tour. All right, I love you guys. Thank you for listening to my ramble. And have a wonderful Friday, no matter what you're doing. Stay safe and cool. Bye for now.